Hello, everybody. Welcome to Create with Maxon. And I hope you all doing well today. And Apostolos, do you know what day it is it today? Do you know what day it is today?
Oh, I'm not sure about it. Can you tell me?
Yeah, for normal people, it's Wednesday, right? But here
Okay.
at Maxon, it is a release day. Woohoo!
No way. No
It
way.
is a release day. So if you're following Maxon, if you have been like playing around with Maxon Studio today, if you do the update in the Maxon app, you will get the create page. So this is it. Today is the day. So if you haven't update Maxon app, please do so. Do it now. And while you're doing that, you can join us and talk with my guest today, um, Candy Mustache. Apostolos, right? If you play around with Maxon Studio and if you like love the capsules there, and if you notice this, like a lot of those capsules were created by Candy Mustache. And Candy Mustache, the one and only, no one else is like here it is, Apostolos. Please welcome
No way.
Apostolos. And man, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, about Candy Mustache, and how did you like ended up like creating this beautiful capsules for Maxon Studio?
Ooh. Hello, everyone. Hello there. Hello from the beautiful Greece. If you see this sun right here is a beautiful
Yeah,
warm sun of Greece. It's really warm here today. So yeah, we teamed up with Maxon to create a couple of capsules. A capsule is like a template, but power template, not just a simple template. And we create a couple of ones inside the amazing Maxo Studio that it's super useful to use it, especially if you want to speed up things. So I'm in love with that tool. So I use that daily, and there we can find many ways to use that. So yeah, create a couple of capsules for Maxo in different categories, and yeah, we've been here almost about 1.5 year. I remember that Maxon Studio was just a simple tab with empty things, nothing inside, and now it's this powerful tool,
yeah.
super amazing. And now you can create your own capsule. This is insane,
It's almost
and
unbelievable, right?
yeah, it's insane. And because the power uh, beyond that is it's amazing. What you can create, what you can sell to your clients. That's the end goal here, and also you can make your life easier. This
Yeah,
is also a thing.
absolutely. I think that's the thing that we believe at Maxon. I mean, if you are using a lot of Maxon and Regiant products, there are plenty of presets like workflow in our tool. You see that a lot of presets, but that's just like the belief that we try to how do you call it? Try to help artists to move the starting point to be closer to the finish point. And with
Mhm.
capsules, it feels like you can just move a little bit and you arrive in the finish point. It's finish line, sorry. And it's like really great tool to help your creative
Yeah.
workflow.
Yeah. You
And
don't have to start from scratch. If every time you create something, there is that thing when you start to be this creative industry, I have to create everything from scratch. So
yeah,
that's a myth. You don't have to do that. Just find your points and start from a level that you can focus more on the cool part and leave the easy things for the Max Studio or whatever tool you use. So you don't have to start from scratch. You create amazing stuff from with Maxon Studio. That's a cool thing.
that's really cool. And Apostolos, by the way, today, apart from like telling stories about Maxon Studio, I think you plan to show us a little bit about creating some custom templates in Maxon Studio. Is that correct?
Is that correct? We cover one of my favorite categories, the infographics, and
Yes.
I say that this is my favorite because it'll be tricky about how you can set up things. When you try to create infographics in After Effects, it's a little bit complicated, but with Maxon Studio, you can create these control panels that makes things super easy after. So the end user could be your partner, could be your client, could be I don't know which one, can adjust those infographics really fast and without having to losing hours of creating new stuff. So cover this today.
Yeah, and I think I should tell everybody that I met Apostolos in person in Barcelona and off Barcelona festival the other day, and there is one word that sticks into my head like about Maxon Studio, and that's like a really powerful one. And he's saying that if you can drag and drop, you can literally create capsules. So,
That's it.
with, without further ado, let me share your screen, Apostolos, and you can take it from here. Oh, by the way, Brian Smith is in the audience, and Chad Perkins. Hey, what's up, guys? We
Hello
love you.
everyone. Hello everyone.
Yeah, cool. Thank you
So
so much for
if you have
joining.
any questions, you can start dropping them. Max will interrupt me
Absolutely.
while I'm working, and we can answer that.
I will just interrupt you, and
Yeah, do that stuff. Do that stuff.
cool. All right. Let me share your screen.
Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna cover really, really fast for those who haven't seen Maxon Studio yet. Is this interface here right here? If you have installed Maxon Studio, you can find it into Windows Maxon Studio. And the way that works is you can find all those beautiful things inside here. A lot of stuff. Endless. Max, that was endless
That
nights
is
creating
endless.
all those stuff. Yeah. So, and the way that works, it's super easy because to create something, you need only two tabs, the tab of finding something and the tab of adjusting something. And now also we have a new one of creating something that we're going to cover after. So
Yeah.
if you want to do something to create um, a scene, let's say, I'll go with text. I can go with titles that I love, and I can create a new composition. By the way, if you haven't created a new composition, Maxon Studio will tell you to create a new one, and by the way, this is the first thing I have created for Maxon Studio. This is the first scene. This right here.
Yeah.
So
The big
when
title.
you apply, yeah, this is the first thing I have created for Maxon. When you apply something, you can go to the second tab of the adjust that you can adjust things like the color of the text. You can type something, hello world, and a lot of stuff. Oh, and also you can combine things. In this case, if I reduce the opacity of the background and I go back and go to the backgrounds, where are the backgrounds here? And I think I have selected, yeah, and I can apply this one. Let's say, why not? So I can combine two different capsules into one and create something new. And then if I go back to the edit tab, I can preview all the capsules that I have applied and adjust things. That's the cool part. So Max, I know that you are not a pro motion designer, but you're an amazing colorist. I'll have to say that. I have to
Thanks,
say
man.
that. But
You're too
you
kind.
find that super easy to I see you live do that. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying to a lot of people. I'm not a motion designer, but with Maxon Studio, I feel like I'm something of motion designer myself because
You
it
can
makes
pretend to
me
be. You can
easy
pretend to
to.
be.
Yes.
And charge for that. Do that, please. So, if we are okay, I'll jump into the cool stuff we're gonna cover today about how you can create your own capsule and why this is important.
Yeah.
As you may see, you create an interface. I have to do this once more to explain better. Let's go with um, text, titles, and why not this one? Great. And the cool part is that you create a control panel that you decide which values you can add on this control panel.
Hmm.
So you create like a kind of sandbox for those that are not so familiar with After Effects. They don't have those skills, but still you can go inside the actual composition and adjust things. That's the cool part. And the amazing work that the developers did of the Maxon Studio, those guys did with this thing. This not two different, let's say, two different things. They're connected. So if I adjust, let's say, the opacity of this one, or uh, yeah, of this one, it will it's connected with the actual controller inside Max Studio, so you don't get confused about if you want to adjust things inside the composition, or you can go with the control panel of Max Studio. That's I find that really really crazy for me.
So the
It's the first
user
time I see it.
always, yeah. So the user kind of like always have a choice if they want to use the After Effects timeline to change things, or just simply use the edit page to modify the capsules.
That's right. That's right. And also, you can something I'm thinking right now. You can create. You can add a capsule inside the capsule, like an Inception thing. So I will
Hmm.
go to Leo capsules, and I think this is from Andy, if I'm not wrong. Those amazing backgrounds
Yes.
from Andy. So yeah, you can have a capsule inside the capsule. This is the first time I try something. Wow, that's cool, and it's really fast. Yeah, that's all about the capsules. And let's jump into the how we can create our own capsule. But before that, I have to adjust a couple of things inside After Effects. I have to prepare my scene because, as I said, the infographics are, I can say, the more complicated, complex scenes you can have if you want to make them dynamic. When I say dynamic, I mean if you want to be connected together. So in this case, I have recreated this scene, and let me break down this a little bit. I have a background that is this one, my main background of the actual bar. I have this bar that is, let's say, the value of the infographic of the bar, and I have created a null object that is linked into that. I'll do that again. I'll do that again. So exactly what's going on here. So we can move this null, this value from here. But also a cool trick is to create a null object as well adjustment and create a new null. I'm gonna move that right here on the bottom of this one. I'm gonna name that value, and I'm gonna link that into the null object. Now, if I press S and reveal the scale, I can uncheck this one, and somehow I can control the percentage the of the actual value bar. So I'm gonna go back to my first setup. Great. So in this case, we have 33%, and I can go 80, I can go 100, I can go, let's say, 10. And the thing I want to do right here is to connect this bar with this text. So every time I see here 10, it has to be 10% in the bar. Every time I see here, let's say 50, it has to be 50 here. And that I'll do a little bit of magic with expressions. I'll create a new null, or it can be anything, can be a adjustment. I will name that control panel. Inside that control panel, I'll create a slider. Don't freak out, guys, with all those things. Don't freak out. It's easy stuff. I'm gonna name that value. Now, what do I need is, first of all, I will try to connect the text layer with that slider. I will lock this effect panel. So every time I select something else, it will remain. I'm gonna press U twice to reveal all the things I have adjusted here. And I'm gonna delete this one. Now, if I click Alt and into the stopwatch inside the source text and link that with the with a slider, the value you will see inside the slider, it will be the value on the text layer. I think that's easy stuff, right, Max?
Yep.
That's easy stuff. Yeah, very well connected. But also, I need this percentage thing at the end of the text. So here's the cool part about it. Let me add some space here. Man, this interface. I cannot do it right now. So I will give plus, plus, and if I add the how you call that? This the double quotes, yeah,
Yeah.
and the symbol of percentage,
Mm-hmm.
it will reveal at the end of this without affecting the actual thing.
Mm.
Now let me try something that you may have faced many times. I'll create just a keyframe for this one just to show you something. And if I hit play, you see that thing, Max? That's a
Yeah.
crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that when I was starting to work on After Effects, I was like, "This is insane. How can I avoid that?" So the to avoid these how you call it these fractions, right?
Decimals. The decimals.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we need to tell After Effects that we need to keep only the two first numbers. So that's an easy part. If I go to the value and right here, math, a lot of math today. Sorry, guys, about
Mhm.
that. Math dot round, and After Effects helped me that the value of this one has to be into this parenthesis.
Uh-huh.
Click on that. It starts here, and it has to end right there after our value that is into our slider. It will keep that as it is.
Oh, so it's rounding up the value so you don't have the
That's
decimal
correct.
points. Very
That's
nice.
correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. Now the other stuff we want to do is to link also this bar, this the entire thing. So those two to be connected. So I will go to the scale, to the null, and I'll go to the scale and click again into the stopwatch to enable the expressions. Maths again, guy. Sorry about that. This is the life. So I will go with the. You remember? I hope everyone went to school. So I will go with x equals and then y equals, and then I have to say that this is x and y. Somehow you tell After Effects that x is x and y is x. I know it's stupid, but you have to do that in case you use other letters. And what we can do is connect the y with a slider, and also we need to connect the x. So the x we can keep it at 100, but also we can connect that with our value right here. So in case we move that or whatever, it will take this value. For example, I have a not. That's correct. In case we want to adjust this one, it's free. And now if I move this slider, it's going to affect both.
Aha.
That's
So now if the slider, it's not just changing the percentage, but it is also changing the size of the bar as it
that's
scrolls
correct.
up. Yeah.
That's correct. That's right. And let's see how you can um, pack this inside the Maxon Studio and have a cool capsule about it. So
Yeah.
I'll go to the third new tab. There's a new one, new for you, not for us. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with create capsule, and as always, I will pre-comb this one, pre-comb step one to have things organized in case I want to add this into a new comb to have that pre-combed and don't have this mess with endless layers. And when I create new, it's gonna ask me if that is the right composition. And also, Max Studio is gonna read inside the pre-comb. That's the cool stuff.
Mm.
Now, in the first thing you can go with in the first tab with details, I can name that Maxon Live Step 01. The creator, I'll go with your name, Max. And you can add a description about the end user, and also tag that tags are really useful if you want to search that after into the library. Now, into the controllers, as you said, if you know how to drag and drop things, you can create the capsule, and that's the cool part. So by default, you have one group, and I will name that, let's say, value, and I'm gonna open this pre-comp. Now the thing, I'm gonna press U twice to the control panel to reveal this value. I'm gonna drag and drop this inside into our capsule, and voila, you have that
Oh,
inside. The cool part is that this is live, so if I adjust this one, it will adjust inside to our scene. That's cool, super cool for me. You know why, Max? You know the drama behind that.
yeah.
So, and also I can go to the edit and name that as value, and also, also you can add to that slider you can set boundaries. I mean, like we have to do with our kids. You can say that I cannot go beyond 20, and you can go up to 80.
So it's like a measurement for the users of the capsule, so they don't, how do you call it, put values below or above
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah. In,
limit.
in
Yeah,
case you have something, a presentation for a company, and you know you cannot go to avoid mistakes, you cannot go below 20%. You
yeah,
can avoid that, but adding those things. So now I can go 20 and 80. That's a cool
80.
thing. So another thing you can adjust here is the colors. So I'll go with those ones. I'll drag and drop them. I will create a new group. You can create a new group if you like to have things organized like I do. Colors. You can drag and drop those colors inside here and also adjust them live.
Wow. So whatever
And
value that, whatever parameters that you're dragging, if it's a slider, it will be presented as a slider, and if it's a color picker, it will be presented as a color picker,
th-
and
that's
so
correct.
on.
That's correct. And also
Very
you can go
nice.
with more like something I like to do all the time. I'll do a new one and I'll name that background value, and I'll drag and drop the position, hold shift, scale, rotation, and opacity. In this case, we have keyframes into the scale, but you can create also an null object and have that inside. But also you can add keyframes through Maxon Studio. That's another cool part of the new feature. You can add keyframes if you want, but I prefer not to do that right now. So you can drag and adjust all those things. So you can adjust your design if you want. Always, if you want, you set to the end user the ability what they can adjust. That's really really insane because they don't have to go through all those layers. They have this cool, easygoing control panel. I can adjust what they have to adjust.
Hmm.
So I think we're okay for this one. I can then you can jump into more complicated stuff.
Yeah.
I will I will go with the create. I will name that. I can go with that's a complete thing. Save. Got it. Wait a couple of seconds. It's here live into the create page, but also if you can go to the main library and go to my capsules and find that inside here. And as previous, you can create a new comb or not and apply that inside into your comb. And then if you go to the edit page, you see what we have created. And you can adjust several things. That's cool, I guess.
It is nice. Yeah.
That's cool. And let's jump to more complicated stuff and show you more features this one. I'll go jump to this scene, and I'm gonna use also like the anchor, the first one, and steal some things from this one to speed up things. I'm gonna create a new control panel. In this case, we have to now create 5 different sliders
Hmm.
and connect them with our graph bars. So I'm gonna do that really fast. I'm gonna create this time adjustment layer, name that control panel, and we have the slider ready. I'm gonna name that value 01 and command or control G. I'm gonna duplicate that 4 times so we can have 4 different sliders. And I will keep that at 0% so I know when things are connected so I can see them right here. The first thing we need is to connect the text layers. So I'm gonna go back to our first tab. This is the cool part about After Effects. You can copy things really easily. I will go to our first expression, right click on that, copy only expression, and I will go right there. Let's try something else this time. I will highlight those values and type source. And it will reveal only the source text. So I'm gonna highlight those 5 things and Control or Command V to paste them.
Nice.
Now we have an error about something. I will find that. Yeah, I'll have to say that into the value number 5, it has to be slider value number 5. If not wrong, that's correct. And the 4, it has to be 4. If you have any questions now while I'm doing this boring stuff, you can drop them.
So far, so good. But I see in the chat that Andy is there. Andy Needham. Hey, Andy.
Hello, Andy. Hello,
Nice to have you
Andy.
here. Awesome.
Now I have connected everything with the slider. So if I adjust those things, it will change dynamically into our scene. And then I will have to go with the values of of the bar, the graph bar. I'll go back to those stuff, go to the scale, copy this expression to copy what we have created there. And again, I can highlight those. And if I'm not wrong, if I go with Control Command V and paste them, it will work. It's working. That's cool. Thank you, Adobe, for that. And press U twice, and also adjust again that the value number, I mean, the value of the text, the value of this one has to be the same name with the value of the slider. So I'll go with value number 5, value number 4. By the way, I watched the live of the Andy. It was great. Congratulations, man. You were amazing.
Yeah, I missed that one. I missed that one.
You were where?
I was in Madrid
Yeah,
for
Majid. Yeah, yeah,
exactly for another community event.
that's cool. I really enjoyed Barcelona.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will not go with the backstage things of what dinners we had there. So now everything is connected and the animation remains the same without affecting anything. And
Ah.
yeah, we can adjust everything from here. Now, the old fashioned way to give the user the ability to adjust the colors and everything in that scene, we have to go and create uh, color controllers and do the same thing and adjust the colors inside there. But now I'm going to show you something really, really useful with Maxon Studio. I'm going to pre-comp this one, step 02. I will go to the create page with the company to create a capsule, highlight it, I'll go new. That's the right one. Create capsule. I'll add those after. We don't need to do that right now. And I'll go to control panel. Now, as always, I'll go with the values as the first group. I guess it's the most important thing. I will go to the control panel and look at this. Man, it's so easy. One, two,
Mhm.
three, select them, drag them. That's it. Man, I, I, I know. I'm impressed. Congratulations to the developers. It's amazing. It's amazing. And sorry, guys, about all those feedbacks. All those feedbacks. Still having new ones.
Send them in.
Man, I think every time I send a new feedback about something, like I don't like Max Studio, I don't I cannot even imagine their reaction. Sorry. Sorry. So that's the cool part. Now, something we didn't cover in the first thing is that you can also have uh, you can adjust the text. So I will go create a new group. I want to keep things organized. I'm really big fan of this one. So I'll go with main title and look at this. I'm gonna just go to the press U twice to reveal all the properties that I have adjusted, and I will go to the source text and drag and drop it inside the Mac Studio. And voila, if I type something, it will be
Ah,
man, this is super fast. Come on, this is super
yeah.
fast. So, and then I'll press P, hold Shift, S, R, no, P, hold Shift, S, R, T, T for opacity, and drag and drop those inside the Mac Studio. Now I can adjust the scale, the position, uh,
Yeah, this
the
is really nice.
opacity.
I
That's
mean,
super useful.
even for the rotations, you have like a slider style of like changing the degree, and you also have like that round interface where you can just like slide around.
Yeah, yeah. Now here's something really. Man, I love that feature. So I'm gonna create a new group, name that colors. So as I said, in the old-fashioned way, we have to create color controls for everything if they want to have something super fast to adjust the colors.
Yeah,
Now, in case you have a specific guidelines for a client for something and you want to keep specific colors. Example,
yeah,
when I change this one, when I change the background color of this one bar, I want to affect everything, all the bars. So I don't have to go one by one and do this boring stuff that
absolutely.
I hate. Now, because the amazing Maxon, you see, I call them amazing all the time. Just I want to save my life. And they think about it and they created something really cool. So I will go here and into that plus icon, and I'm going to create a new color controller. I will name that, let's say, background of the bars. Bars Apostolos. And I will pick that color right there. Now, here's the cool part. I'm going to highlight those, press E to reveal um, the fill effects. I'll start drag and dropping things. Oh, that changed. By the way, guys, I have a version that's not the version you have right now live. I have another version that we try more things.
Oh, so
So
this you have the special version.
yeah, I have a beta version. So if you see any bugs, it's from that. This is why this is happening. So I can do that. Yeah, we always try to add more and more stuff into this Maxon Studio stuff. This is why we're at this point right here. So I'll go one once and adjust that. That will not happen to you. It's only on my side. And once more, I will drag and drop this one. And for last time, I will adjust that error right there. And now this somehow I have created a group that includes all different
Yeah.
values right there. But the other cool part is that you can do that. For example, if I go to this background right there that doesn't have the actual feel effects of After Effects, but has the amazing gradient ramp of Red Giant, I can drag and drop this inside the that group. Now this time is working. Come on. So I will gonna drop this start color into that, and I think it will affect everything. That's the cool part. It doesn't have to be the same fill effect. It can be just a color. That's amazing. It recognizes all the colors inside the After Effects. And what else we can add right here? I can add also the a couple of layers. Let's say, for example, the background, in
Mhm.
case you need to change that background. And if I'm not wrong, you can create um, labels. So I will name that the grease icon. I've created an amazing grease icon here of the Parthenon,
Yeah.
and I will go with um, uh, this one is animated. That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing because I need to show you how you can adjust that. So in this case, we have animations inside the RR values, and somehow we need to control that. So this way it should go into transform, add a transform effect, transform, and then drag the opacity, the scale, the position scale, opacity, let's say rotation if you want, inside into our um into our group. Did you see that, Max?
Yeah.
I mean, what I mean, in case you forget something or you need to add something else or to delete something, that's okay. You can do, you can add things, you can remove things without affecting the entire capsule.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So in case you need to add something new, it's okay. Do it, add an effect, add a new layer, everything is okay, and they work super, super fine.
That's very good because it really depends on the person. But me myself, I sometimes find myself adding things and then not quite happy about things and changing it, removing things. It's always a, how do you call it? A living, how do you call it? Work in progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone.
And
So yeah,
having
yeah,
that
go on.
having that possibility within create page is amazing.
It's cool. It's cool. Workarounds. Do you remember what I said during the presentation? I'm not saying all these things because Maxon pays me a lot of money to say that, but I'm saying those because I'm honest. It's an amazing tool.
Yeah.
If you are a beginner, it's super cool. And
Yeah.
if you are a pro, and I think everyone can understand that, it's so hard to start over and over again creating new stuff. There are many, many cases that you need to do stuff really, really fast without spending a lot of time. And that is super, super useful. And honestly, I use this tool every single day, especially when I have to create posts for social media and for YouTube. It has a
Yeah.
lot of elements. Still, I have created those ones. I have them inside my machine, and I go to the Maxon Studio to use them. Imagine that. That's is the answer to everything.
That's a really nice testimonial coming from you.
Yeah, but it is the answer, I think,
It
because
is. Yeah.
you have everything live into your right or left. You want to put that the tab. You
Yeah.
search that super fast. It's just a click. You adjust things really fast, especially if you don't have time. You have to do things.
And what's
Uh,
nice is that you know, if you browse the capsules in the discover page, you just like hover over it or you click the details and it plays for you. You kind of like see the overall
yeah,
what
yeah,
this
that's true.
capsule is actually doing. Imagine finding your After Effects file in Finders and you just, you know, you see nothing. You need to open it and then you don't like it and you know, you keep repeating that and in the end you lose
Mm,
more time.
mm. And something else, this library is live. I mean,
Mm,
live with your internet. It means that every time Maxon adds new stuff, you'll see them. You don't have to do anything. It will be right there without having. If I'm not wrong, that's right, right?
yeah.
This live connects with the server of Maxon, so every time you add a new stuff, you will see them inside into your library, and you don't have to download, install, or do anything else. It will be there. So I think we're good. Also, we can add a lot of stuff. We can add uh, those values right here. We can add, but I think we don't want to lose time on
Yeah.
all those details. And I will go with create. Name that Maxon Live, and go with save. And also, it creates thumbnail. That's also cool that you have an actual thumbnail of what you have created. So if I go back and I'm gonna create a new comp for this one, new comp, and apply that,
And
and
voila.
you can adjust things right
Yeah.
there. Two things. I just remember that. If you are not happy with your capsule and you need to modify things, you can go into that button right here and modify the capsule. It will reveal everything you have added right there, and you can start adding or removing things and create a new capsule or create the same one. And that's also cool stuff that you, in case you forget something, you can just add that, modify it, and it will be in the same place.
Perfect.
What else we can cover here? Do you want to just play around? Do we have any questions? Or I
So
cover everything.
seems like you cover everything, Apostolos. This is like really nice. And let me steal your screen a little bit. You
Yeah,
know,
sure.
let me remove this and there you go. So because Apostolos like having like a dev build, it functions a little bit different, and he already created some capsules. So if you just like update your Maxon Studio, like I just did, and you want to see it's like, oh, what's possible, and how do I create this? One, here is like a very nice hot tip for you. If you really want to get into the detail and know how to create capsules and watch like the expert create that, of course you can go to Maxon Training Team YouTube channel and watch the recording of the Create with Maxons about Maxon Studio within the last 3 weeks. But if you don't have time even just to open YouTube and go to Maxon Training Team, you can simply just go to create page like I do here.
By the way, I cannot
And
see. I don't know if the other ones can see your screen. I cannot see anything right there.
um I think they supposed to be able to
Okay, okay.
see.
It's only me. It's only me.
It's probably on your end. Hang on. No, it's not moving anymore. Okay. Let me
We
stop
just
my
destroyed
screen.
everything.
Let me remove it and add your screen back. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me create a new comp. Hang on. I'll be right back.
We're here waiting for you.
Yes. Cool. So I hope you can see my screen. Maxon Studio is loading currently. But
Just write, guys, in the comments if you can see the screen of
yeah,
Max.
let me know in the comments if you can see my screen. Well, I don't know what happened. It's just loading currently. So I mean, let me just go back to you, Apostolos, and probably you can show it with your screen. So could you like highlight the create page?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there is like this tutorial that
Oh, yeah.
our beloved Chad Perkins create very excellent tutorials. So what I want to say previously is that if you don't even have time to check out YouTube in Maxon Training Team, within the create page there's like a tutorial that is available that you can check out from Chad, and the tutorials will walk you through like the basics of creations of capsules, and it's really well made, and you can really just watch the tutorial and create your first capsules within Maxon Studio without leaving After Effects. And that is like a very nice tips, if I may say, if you are new to create page.
By the way, if you go to the library, it's the
Mhm.
first thing there, the first thumbnail. It's a tutorial about how you create a capsule inside Maxon.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, that's it for me. I mean, that's that's like the hot tips to watch the tutorial within Maxon Studio. Um, all right, let me steal your screen again. Let me remove that. All right. So, if you don't know yet, there is a sale going on at Maxon.
No way.
There is a sale going on at Maxon.
I look
So,
surprised. I know that, but I look surprised.
I know, right? It's
I'm axing.
40% off. So if you go to maxon
No
dot
way.
com, you'll be able to see that the sales is going on for the next 14 hours. So if you're curious to try Maxon One, this is the best time. And
Oh,
and in the chat, by the way, I will be posting this page that you are seeing in your screen now. If you are curious about Maxon events, you can click this button and it will bring you to maxon.net /events, and you can check what are the events that Maxon is participating this month. Like, for example, we have like live stream with Apostolos today, and we will have another stream with Apostolos next week. And do you know what you're gonna talk next week, Apostolos, about
really? I will be here next
the
week
custom?
again?
Yeah, I heard that we're gonna
No.
create another custom templates.
I'll do that for you. Okay, I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
So that is Maxon events. And if you want to learn about Maxon One products, you can go to Cineversity by following this button over here. And we talk about our YouTube channel. So if you want to learn more about if you want to see tutorials or live stream that is recorded, you can go to YouTube and type in Maxon Training Team. You'll see that all the live stream will be recorded in this um, YouTube channel. And what's nice watching the recording is that our beloved Dr. Sasi will provide you with the timestamps. So if you just want to find like an exact topic, you can just go to the descriptions of the video and just follow the timestamp. Click and skip the unnecessary part and just go straight to the point.
Mm, that's cool.
And
By the way,
yeah,
I think they can download, if I'm not wrong, in the description you can find this actual file I used to create this setup. So you can go there and download it and try your stuff and go back and
absolutely.
forth with my
Yes.
tutorial.
Exactly. Like Apostolos mentioned, in the description page, there's also download project link. So if you're curious about the setup that Apostolos having today, and you want to change things with exactly the same scene, you can do that. Just simply follow the download link, and you'll have the access to the project files. So
Let's go.
that's it from my part. Apostolos, do you have anything that you want to add?
That guys, clock is ticking. Go for that discount.
Yeah.
Or I'll go for that. I'm just kidding. I have that for free. I think so. Or you come and work for Candy Masters and have this for free. It's up to you. Just go there, go for discount, or go for Candy Masters. Up to you.
This is like literally like the best time to get to know like the how do you call it the product of Maxon Studio of Maxon One, and be it like if you want to learn a Red Giant, if you are curious about Cinema 4D, Redshift,
Yeah,
and ZBrush, there's no better time than this than today.
that's good. I always was a big fan of Maxon. Also, I'm big fan of Cinema 4D. I love that software. I use it all the time. I'm trying to
Awesome.
find projects to do that, and yeah,
That's
that's where
really
I'm at.
good. Well, thank you so much for your time, Apostolos. And thank you so much, guys, for your time for joining us today. And I hope to see you again next week, same time, same channel. And we'll be talking about another custom, how do you call it, a special custom template with Maxon Studio.
With effects,
So
that will be more complicated. Be
looks
with the
like it.
effects.
Looks like it. Right. So thank you very much for your time. And I'll see you next week. My name is Max from Maxon Training Team. And my guest, Apostolos from Candy Mustache. And I'll see you next week. Thank you very much. And have
Bye
a
bye,
nice day.
guys.
Bye bye.